Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. We still see gold and silver in the green, not really rising to the expectations that we hoped. We knew that there was going to be a pullback, a correction. We talked about that over the last couple of days. That's actually healthy for a market. You don't want to see a market just keep going up, up, up. That's a huge sign it's going to crash, crash, crash. So we do need some pullbacks. That's just people selling the tops, getting, capitalizing on some profits. That's normal for the markets. You don't want to panic, sell in fear that it's going to go to the bottom because it always does come back up. So right now we see gold at $1,744, silver $17.31. I do have an article talking about the forecast for silver in 2020/2021. Interesting stuff. I definitely think you're going to enjoy this. So before we start, make sure to smash the like button. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. Everyone go like the video right now. Also, make sure you're subscribed and turn on post notifications. I'm uploading daily. Click that bell. You will get instantly notified every time I post a video. The link to this article from Forbes will be in the description. Let's jump into it. This has been a tumultuous year for investors with Brexit, negative bond yields, a global trade war, an oil price crash, and of course the worldwide pandemic that ushered in what expected to be the worst recession since the Great Depression. The question then is whether our money can be safely invested anywhere. And that's true, right? A lot of people don't know what to do. A lot of people don't know. It's just like this saying on the side: protect what you earned and ensure it lasts. The dollar is not a safe place to be. It's burning, and other currencies are burning even faster than U.S. dollars. So there's no real solution because all fiat currency is burning to the ground, and stock markets are going down with it. So gold and silver is the only alternative, and I say alternative because there is no solution, right? We've dug ourselves way too deep of a hole to climb ourselves out. And the markets are going to crash. The dollar is going to crash. Our fiat systems are going to crash sooner than later. And it's not if, but when. So fortunately, many experts are bullish about precious metals. Although the price of gold has risen roughly $400 per ounce in the past year, some analysts suggest that silver may be the better buy in the medium and long term. And that's what we keep hearing. The medium to long term for silver, the next 3 to 5 years, is extremely bullish. That's where the real potential is. As the CEO and founder of an online alternative investment brokerage, I'm constantly keeping my finger on the pulse of what precious metals experts forecast for the years ahead. In this article, I'll take a closer look at the silver forecast for 2020 and 2021 to give investors an idea of what they can expect. So how has silver fared so far in 2020? Let's first assess the recent performance of silver bullion during this time of uncertainty. Although the price of silver has fallen since the outbreak of the novel virus, its value has held considerably well compared to the U.S. stock market. And that's true, right? The stock market fell really hard. Gold and silver, especially gold recovered, but silver still recovered a little later than gold. Doesn't mean it didn't, it just took a little longer. And that's usually because silver is gold's little brother. That's usually what happens. You just have to be a little more patient with silver. So during the worst of the stock sell-off in mid-March, May silver futures dropped 48 cents to roughly $12.34 per ounce, according to Kitco, while the S&P 500 had fallen 27% year-to-date on March 18th. So even when silver dropped to its lowest level in several years, it still wasn't as bad as the stock market. Virtually every asset price fell in March due to the sell what you can mentality many investors held during this frantic period of uncertainty driven by the virus and the oil price war. However, allocating a portion of your portfolio to silver bullion would have softened the blow caused by this virus sell-off. So is silver susceptible to price suppression? It's worth noting neither the U.S. federal government nor the Federal Reserve System can assert significant control over the price of silver. In 2019, the U.S. accounted for an estimated 3.6% of global silver production, 980 metric tons, compared to Mexico and Peru, which produced 6,300 and 3,800 metric tons, respectively. Therefore, the price of silver is ultimately beholden to global market forces rather than domestic price manipulation. And that's definitely true. I've talked about this several times. Mexico and Peru account for 40% of the global production and what that brought, the amount of craziness that this virus, caused in not only America but other countries, halting production. It put things to the standstill, and it definitely did hit supply and demand extremely hard. So silver in the industry. Silver is a metal with many industrial applications. In 2018, silver was heavily utilized for industrial manufacturing, in particular for use in photovoltaic solar panels, brazing alloys in solars, electronics, and ethylene oxide. This figure doesn't include silver used in the production of jewelry, which required another 200 million plus ounces that year. What's particularly noteworthy about silver's industrial usage is that it's prominent in the production of solar panels and batteries, which bodes well for the metal's long-term price. The worldwide market for solar energy was expected to rise in value from $52 billion in 2018 to $223 billion by 2026. So a very, very, very bullish demand factor for, for batteries, solar panels, and the long term, the future of silver is going to be needed more and more and more. So, key factors that could influence the price of silver in the near term. In an article forecasting the price of silver in 2020, Capital.com's Valerie Medelva mentioned that silver tends to perform poorly when the US dollar is strong. The article went on to note that in the fourth quarter of 2018, the price of silver fell 14% when the US dollar performed well. Although the US dollar is currently strong, the Fed has recently cut interest rates to effectively zero, which could weaken the dollar, so it remains to be seen how this will impact the price of silver through the year. A strong dollar generally signals a weak silver price, and though there are exceptions, such as we saw in 2018, high interest rates tend to mean higher silver prices. In other words, if the dollar weakens, we could have two competing forces pushing the price of silver up and down simultaneously. And that's true. I've talked about this a lot of times. If the dollar index is higher, gold and silver go lower. If the dollar index is lower, gold and silver go higher. There's many different things influencing the price of silver. Regarding supply, a January 2020 report by Scotiabank determined the global supply of silver is fundamentally oversupplied but remains attractive to investors as gold proxy. The authors note that silver can play an important role as a currency hedge, and upside growth is expected due to modest increased industrial demand. Overall, the report is mixed about silver prices for 2020, estimating possible outcomes of $15 to $23 per ounce depending on gold's performance and demand drivers. The authors estimated that $17.50 to $21 per ounce is the fair market-aligned range for silver in the year ahead. And according to technical analysts from FX Empire, silver is trending to the upside as price pullbacks throughout April have been met with quick buys from investors looking to fill their pockets with the white metal. They note a critical resistance point at $15.50 per ounce, and if silver settles above that mark, that will open the path for it stabilizing around the $16.50 level seen before the crisis. The takeaway: a worthwhile hold but not without risk. The general consensus among market watchers, researchers, and precious metals experts is that long-term forecasts for silver prices are positive. Although no asset is without downside risk, the case for silver is supported by heavy industrial use as well as its strategic importance as a currency hedge during times of uncertainty. However, the strength of the dollar will play an important role in silver's performance, and that's definitely true. Donald Trump even said the dollar is too strong right now. He wants a weaker dollar. He said the dollar index is too high. And if you're looking forward to what times are coming to, especially if we get a second wave of this virus, it's looking like precious metals have nothing to worry about. In short, silver is an alternative investment that's a relative safe option in a highly volatile market. Many analysts are optimistic about silver prices in the short and medium term. Regardless of how silver performs in the months ahead, the metal remains a strategic hold for many investors looking to minimize risk, diversify their portfolio, and safeguard their wealth during times of heightened volatility. And that's also true. Silver is more volatile than gold. Silver hits higher highs and lower lows. If gold's going to increase 10%, silver's going to increase 16%. But also on the opposite side, it could be negative. If gold's going to drop 10%, silver could drop 16%. So you can see how it's just it's like gold on steroids with both negative and positive effects. It just is to a more extreme degree. that could be more potential as well, though, and that's why a lot of people like silvers. There's more opportunity there as well. So anyways, if you thought this video was informational, educational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Let's see if this video can get 200 likes. Everyone go like the video right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. The link to this article from Forbes will be in the description. I'm curious where you think silver prices are going in the next year. I definitely think it's going to be in the mid $20 range, and then for the next 3 to 5 years, we could see much higher than that. So do not sell yourself short. Just be patient, and you will get rewarded. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.